Right now at 6, UW-La Crosse students call for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza during a peaceful on-campus rally.
And an Eau Claire County program aims to protect citizens at risk of getting lost.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. We begin tonight with breaking news out of La Crosse.
That's right. A hearing to decide whether ousted Chancellor Joe Gau's future with the university is set for 12:30 p.m. on June 19th at the Omni Center. That hearing will be open to the public. Gau was stripped of his chancellor role in December after the university discovered he was producing online pornography with his wife. This June hearing will decide whether Gau should be fired as a professor altogether. UWL interim chancellor Betsy Morgan recently made a motion to fire Gau for alleged unethical and possibly illegal conduct. Our Allison Ferget sat down with Gau and his wife last week. Part 1 of that exclusive conversation airs May 15th.
Students at UW-La Crosse are rallying for a ceasefire in Gaza.
They're also calling in part for humanitarian aid to be allowed into the region and for UWL to disclose where alumni foundation investments are going.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is live on campus tonight. Jeremy, how has the rally been peaceful so far?
Well, Emily, when we were here earlier, we didn't see any arrests or anything, and UW police say there have been no arrests from this rally so far. Most of the students protesting today were showing their support for Palestine, calling for an immediate ceasefire and the release of hostages being held in Gaza. The rally began with chants to end the violence. Then students sat together in solidarity on the lawn. Freshman Ryan Kitson is one of the only handful who came to support Israel. He says he felt safe because he knows the organizers of the demonstration. He also says his representation is critical.
I figure if they're going to make their voice heard, I'm going to at least be the one to stand up and offer a contrary view. Because, I mean, well, they definitely have quite a bit of support over there. They don't speak for all UW students, also our students at UW-La Crosse. So I think someone should stand up and represent the contrary opinion.
Today's rally follows weeks of protests on college campuses across the U.S. Organizers say today's rally shows that bigger universities aren't the only schools showing support. The key takeaway, guys, from this rally today: no arrest, no violence, a peaceful message asking for peace. Live in La Crosse, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
All right, thank you, Jeremy.
The Eau Claire County Sheriff's Office is using a new program to protect the area's most vulnerable individuals.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain is live in the studio to explain how it works. Michael.
Ken and Emily, the program is called Project Lifesaver. It's a system that uses radio technology to track loved ones who have gone missing. And the program is currently serving many families throughout the community. The program started in 2019 is specifically for individuals that have a cognitive disability that is diagnosed by a doctor, such as autism, dementia, and even Down syndrome. The individual wears a quarter-sized device around the wrist or their ankle. The device sends off a signal that the police department is able to track. She says she is grateful that the program is being utilized in Eau Claire.
This is a program that our community members need and we're asking for. And so to be able to meet their needs is a great feeling.
She adds that she would love to see the program continue to grow throughout the city of Eau Claire. Now, participants are asked to pay a one-time transmitter cost of $300 and a monthly fee of $10 to cover the cost of replacing the transmitter band and battery monthly. Ken and Emily?
All right, Michael Germain live in studio. Thank you.
A mock car crash was held this morning to teach high school students about the importance of safe driving. Cashton first responders and fire department demonstrated the mock crash at the Cashton Elementary School parking lot. High schoolers from Cashton observed the crash firsthand and even played actors in the demo. Its purpose was to gather the community to educate the next generation of drivers on best practices of how to avoid a vehicular tragedy.
In the last few years that we've had graduations and proms, you know, we're always on our pager ready to go out if they need us. It's been nice and quiet, and we love that.
Monroe County, Cashton Police, Tri-State Ambulance, and Torkelson Funeral Home are also participated in the demonstration.
Well, despite the morning fog, we had a fantastic end to the work week, and that's the good news. Of course, we do have a little bit of bad news for the weekend, but it's not all that bad. But for this evening and tonight is actually looking great. Right now, still plenty of sunshine and 70 degrees at both locations. Overall, as you look at this evening, just dropping back down to the upper 50s, light winds, a few high clouds, but overall, a fantastic evening for La Crosse. Same story for Eau Claire, getting back down to the mid 50s with a light south wind and a few clouds out there. Big picture shows you more clouds to the west, but overall, everyone is holding in the 70s. We got almost to the mid 70s, a few locations. All that activity out to the west is going to take some time. It's associated with a system that's really out in Nebraska in the plains with the really precipitation behind it. So you got another at least 12 to 15 hours before that actually gets here. And as we time that out overnight, it's really the cloud cover that begins to increase towards the morning hour as temperatures fall back generally into the 50s, but it will be a dry night and actually dry for at least until 6, maybe even 7 a.m. for a lot of areas until that batch of precipitation does push through. So unfortunately for May the 4th, for all you Star Wars fans, it's not looking that promising for drier weather, but for Cinco de Mayo on the other side, it's actually looking very nice and sunny conditions, and we'll time all that out and show you actually what's going to go on next week a bit later.
Good weather to stay in and watch Star Wars
That's
tomorrow.
It works well. Yes. Thank you, Greg. Well, in just the last few weeks, our region has seen several teachers arrested on charges related to sexually assaulting students.
Prosecutors can charge felonies in those cases where physical contact has taken place, but until recently, they couldn't charge for non-physical acts like inappropriate messaging.
As Michelle Fiore reports, a new state law is changing that.
Some of the best ideas for legislation come from our constituents.
Is grooming something that wasn't happening in the past, or is this something that just was falling through the cracks here in Wisconsin?
Oh, I think that this was falling through the cracks.
Nearly 2 years ago, Kenosha Representatives Todd Onstad and Tip McGuire met Carrie Pingle for the first time.
Personally, I know the pain of what I experienced and the trauma that created for me.
Pingle experienced trauma as a student at a private school and sought justice, but found there wasn't a law in Wisconsin that criminalized educator sexual misconduct.
But there was also a second trauma of going and taking this to authorities and being told by each person I brought it to that they couldn't help me. And so I don't necessarily get to prevent or stop this from happening to somebody, but I do get to have, they do now get to have a chance at justice, which I think is healing in itself.
Her state representatives from Kenosha credited with pushing grooming legislation forward.
One, it would give them a criminal history of this. Two, it would make sure that they could have their license revoked, their license to teach in a public school revoked for their entire lifetime.
You know, previously there would have had to have been some actual physical sexual activity in order for it to be a felony.
The new law is already being put to use in Kewaskum. Prosecutors allege what started as a student eating lunch with her school resource officer, Stephen Rosales, extended to frequent messaging that eventually became sexual. Weeks after Governor Evers signed the Educator Sexual Misconduct Law, making it a felony for a teacher, staff member, or volunteer to engage in inappropriate behavior with a student, even if it's not physical, Rosales faces this felony charge.
I am pleased to see that he can be held accountable within our criminal justice system for actions that would severely traumatize any child.
Back in the Cooley region, an Aquinas High School club today is celebrating 30 years of service. Impact is Aquinas' Christ-centered, student-led service organization. A group of them created the org in 1994 to make a difference in their community. Today, one of the club's original founders came and spoke to current members about the club history. And in true Impact fashion, the students ended the celebration by delivering non-perishable food items to the Hunger Task Force.
The La Crosse Marathon steps off bright and early tomorrow morning. This year features a new course along the La Crosse River State Trail. The course is a certified Boston qualifier event and is made up of about 20 miles of crushed gravel bike trail and 6 miles of paved bike trail. The marathon ends in Riverside Park, which means you could see runners downtown throughout the morning. Runners must be off the course by 1 p.m. It's a challenging job and one that can weigh heavily on the mind.
A Minnesota farming couple opens up on the mental struggles they've faced and how state resources helped them find peace.
Us. This isn't us. Is it? Uh-huh. Let's take a break from our devices for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes. And let's see what we find.
Hey, bud.
US Cellular. Built for us.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
Life happens. When people hit bumps in the road, Family and Children's Center is here to help. FCC offers mental health support with 20 different programs, support for hurts, heartaches, and hardships. Because life happens, contact FCC Outpatient Therapy at fcconline.org.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. What says spring like free flowers? All month long, save up to 20% off store-wide. Plus, as a thank you, get $50 worth of free flowers from Sparta Floral when you spend $499 or more. Buy a sofa, get free flowers. Buy a fridge, get free flowers. Buy some flooring, get free flowers. While you're picking up your free flowers, buy some more flowers. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup is always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Okay guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now you can get unlimited data for just $30 a line. On top of that, you also get 4 free phones.
4 free phones.
From unpredictable weather to volatile farm prices, there are challenges our farmers face every day.
And they can impact mental health. John Lauritsen talked with a Minnesota farmer about his lowest point and the resources that helped him get back on track.
The work ethic, you don't quit till the job's done. It's just a way of life. It was a way of life growing up.
It's a mindset that was instilled in Thomas Duden at a young age. His wife, Kristen, also grew up putting the farm before everything else. But that mindset can also lead to a fear of failure.
We don't want to be the ones that lose Grandpa's farm.
7 years ago, Thomas says things got so bad that he went into a deep depression and made plans to kill himself.
The thought behind it was, she can collect the life insurance and pull the farm out of the hole that we're in. It was a dark time. I don't know any easier way to put it.
But just before he followed through on that plan, Kristen reached out.
My phone rang and it was Kristen, and the text message, word for word, it said, "Where are you?"
It made him stop and think, and then confess to his wife that he needed help. A crucial first step.
I was pretty upset or hysterical that morning. They told me, for one, I'm pregnant and my child's not going to have a father.
Getting farmers to take that first step also means making them aware of the resources they have for getting help. That's where Emily Kreckelberg comes into play.
People want to talk to somebody who's going to understand their problems.
Kreckelberg is with University of Minnesota Extension, and a big part of her job is making sure farmers have the mental health resources they need. She grew up near Le Sueur and watched her dad and brother persevere through serious farm injuries.
In Minnesota, we have rural mental health specialists to work with farmers. They're available for free.
She also speaks to farm groups herself, and she's a proponent of the Department of Agriculture's Rural Help Hotline, where callers can remain anonymous.
Personal stories are a really powerful tool in not just education, but awareness as well. There's something so courageous about standing in your vulnerability and sharing that with other people, and that's something I really respect about Thomas.
For Thomas and Kristen, talking with a counselor helped them work through their personal and financial problems.
Since then, we talk a lot more. We both acknowledge each other's situations that are going on around the farm.
It's made their farm, and more importantly, their family, that much stronger.
I know things are tough, but you gotta always move forward. And if you need help or need to talk to someone, that is, the biggest thing is being able to just reach out.
And farmer or not, if you're struggling, you can call 988 at any time.
A celebration of a good boy.
After the break, a TSA K-9 getting a very warm send-off.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of $1,000s of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
You made a cow.
Actually, it's a piggy bank. My inspiration to start saving.
How about a more solid way to save?
I'm listening.
Well, BMO helps get your savings habit into shape with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward?
And there's a cash bonus when you open a new checking account to get you started.
Wow. Anything you can't do?
Mugs.
Spring is here, and it's time to visit Jolivet Family Farms. 8 greenhouses full of a wide variety of flowers, vegetable, and plants, all grown for this climate. Seed potatoes, onion sets, sweet onion plants, bulk seeds, succulents, citronella mosquito plants, horseradish, rhubarb, asparagus. Find unique lawn and garden decor. Take home a strawberry rhubarb pie, rhubarb crisp, or peanut butter pie from our homemade bakery. All this and so much more. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
Ashley's 72-hour summer kickoff event is happening May 10th through the 12th. Get your home ready for summer with our biggest selection of hot buys, cool deals. Kick off summer in style May 10th through the 12th, only at Ashley.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
TSA employees at Milwaukee's Mitchell Airport are celebrating one of their own for being an especially good boy.
6-year-old Rex is a German short-haired pointer who's put in 5 years as a TSA passenger screening dog.
That's right, and Rex got a very special surprise on his last day at work. When he alerted his handler to a scent on a decoy passenger, everybody tossed him tennis balls.
Rex was the first canine in Wisconsin's TSA passenger screening canine program. His handler says he's looking forward to hitting the beach for the first time and enjoying his favorite squeaky toys.
And man, today would have been a great day to go to the beach.
Oh yeah,
Rex.
good for him. Which beach can they go to in Wisconsin?
Yeah, all right, around the Lake Michigan. Let's go to Greg.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a okay weekend. Definitely Sunday, but tomorrow we do have rain coming back in for the morning hour especially. It's going to be cooler. We'll be struggling to get to 60, so quite a bit of drop from today. The good news is Sunday we kind of flipped the switch. We will have to keep an eye on some fog issues maybe Sunday morning, kind of like we saw this morning once again. And then even Monday now looks all dry, and a good part of Monday night actually remains dry. Really, the system that we're watching is the one that's coming through the plains right now, just to the west. They've had a lot of severe weather to the south with this. We're not going to see any of that coming through with it. It'll be fairly weak as it does, so we're just looking at mainly showers, light rain, maybe a rumble of thunder when it comes through. But for tonight and this evening, we're not going to see any problems really, just increasing clouds. As we go throughout the night, that'll be the main story. Temperatures getting back down into the 50s. Here's that rain, really that large area of light to moderate rainfall begins to approach the area, but it's taken its time to get here, and as it does, it kind of falls apart. So we're looking more probably after about 7, 8 now to seeing this line come through. We'll see if it holds together as strong as it indicates here. That would be indicating maybe a rumble of thunder coming through. Otherwise, just light rain. It'll continue to break up as it lifts northeast and east of the area. So by the time we get to noon, a lot of it is east of the area of Eau Claire and La Crosse. Still could see a few showers lingering through, especially between about 1 and 3. But I think by the time we get to about 3, definitely 4 in the afternoon, it's going to remain dry for most of the area. In fact, areas to the west by 6 p.m. west of Eau Claire will start seeing clearing skies, and that should continue throughout Saturday evening. That, once again, could lead to a little bit of a fog issue coming Sunday morning. Otherwise, rain amounts fairly light. A lot of it breaks up, so the further west you go, probably better shot of seeing maybe a ½ inch. If we get some of those maybe thunderstorms hold together, we might see a little bit more of a ½ inch around the La Crosse area. Otherwise, I think a lot of areas will see just around a quarter or less even as you go further north and east. Going into Sunday, as mentioned, clearing skies. Could see a little morning fog. Once that burns off, what we do, it should be plenty of sun with high pressure overhead. We'll see some high clouds come in the afternoon hours, but even that'll remain dry. And then going all the way through Monday, we're going to watch that system approach with that southeast wind picking up Monday, but overall it should be fantastic weather through Monday and Monday night. Speaking of that system, they'll have some severe weather probably going on towards the Plain States as we go into Monday. That system, as it lifts towards our area, we'll have to keep an eye on, but for as the trend has been this spring, most of the severe threat has remained to the south with this, and that I think will happen once again. But we will get some showers and thunderstorms with it regardless if they're strong or severe. But for tonight, really, still great weather to speak of. We'll see increasing clouds overnight. It will remain dry. Temperatures getting back down to the mid-40s to the north. A lot of areas in the low 50s. Tomorrow the rain is in the morning and more showery as we go in the afternoon. Temperatures mid-60s south, but most areas will probably struggle to get to 60 with the cool conditions. Sunday looks great, 70 degrees pretty much for all areas, and even Monday looks warmer as that system approaches. And the rain and showers and thunderstorms will probably come late Monday night through Tuesday, and then on the backside of this system, on and off showers probably through the rest of the week and a cooling trend. But many of those periods will be dry, as it's going to be a few showers each day with light rain amounts. So overall, we might get 2 days coming up here, Sunday, Monday, that are dry.
Hey, not too shabby.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
Not too shabby at all.
Thanks,
Touche.
Well, coming up next in sports, the Brewers looking for a win against Craig Counsell and the rival Cubbies. Plus, the track at Roger Herring was the place to be this afternoon. 14 schools on hand for the South Central Coulee Challenge. Rob is up next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for something to hang in my garage. What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this. I know what you mean.
Stop in and find your treasure today.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Results are in for the 2024 Best of La Crosse County. Head to bestoflacrossecounty.com to see the winners in every category. Thank you to everyone who participated, and congratulations to all the winners.
Presented by River Valley Remodelers.
Right now at Home World Rugs, get 10% off area rug sale prices. Choose from many different shapes, sizes, and patterns with area rug experts in every showroom to help you find the perfect rug. 10% off area rugs going on now at Home World Rugs.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
It was easily one of the nicest days of the year so far here in La Crosse, and if you're a track athlete, couldn't ask for better weather. We had 14 high schools here in town competing at UWL. Let's go to Roger Herring Stadium for the South Central Coulee Challenge. We'll get things started with the girls by 4x800 meter relay. All West Salem, 10 minutes and 48 seconds. Panthers dominating on the boys' side as well. They finished in first. Let's go to the 100-meter hurdles now. Nobody's catching Viroqua's Alana Christensen, the sophomore in a league of her own. First place finish of 15.73. Christensen also taking first in the 100-meter dash. On the boys' side, this one an absolute battle. Westby's Zach Bjorklund and Viroqua's Caden Sullivan neck and neck down the stretch. but Sullivan gets slowed down right there on the last hurdle. Bjorklund wins it by 0.02 of a second, 16.77. They're buddies, though. They'll see each other again down the road for sure. This one a thriller as well. Boys 100-meter dash. David Moline from Aquinas giving it his all, but West Salem's Carter Walter edges him out by a hair. 0.02 of a second separating those two as well. Walter gets it done in 11.47. We'll have much more from UWL later on tonight. Let's go to Chicago. Brewers opening up a 3-game set against the rival Cubs. This one scoreless in the 6th, but Christopher Morel puts Chicago on top. Solo shot to center makes it 1-0 Cubbies. Until the 8th, Brewers battling back in a big way. Runner on for Willie Contreras. That's going to fall for a base hit. Jackson Churio races home from second. He's going to slide in safe. Clutch RBI single makes it 1-1. But the crew was just getting started. 2 batters later, Willie Adames goes back up the middle. That gets through for a base hit. Here comes Contreras from second. Brewers jump in front. It's 2-1. And here comes some insurance. Next batter, Jake Bauer loops one into center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Adames comes around to score on the RBI single. Brewers put up a 3-spot in the inning. They open the series with a big, fat W, 3-1. The final score. They can get it done with or without Counsell. It doesn't matter. 20th win of the year.
Oh, the rivalry is strong. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Gotta love that.
Good job by Ricky Weeks getting Churio to pinch hit in the 8th.
Love that.
Genius right
Smart.
there.
I like day baseball. I feel good about that.
Yeah, and it's day games throughout this series, too.
Love that.
Thanks, Rob.
Okay, we'll have another look at our forecast when we come back.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to plant and grow your dream yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like half off 1 cubic foot bags of Miracle Grow garden soil, 16-pound bags of Blaine's Midwest Blend bird food, $16.99. Rewards members save an extra $1. And with Mother's Day coming up, assorted Whitman's and Russell Stover candies, just $8.99. Plus, visit our outdoor garden centers, now open at select Blaine's Farm and Fleet stores.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're celebrating 99 years with a huge store-wide savings event. We've worked with top manufacturers like Flexsteel, Stressless, Smith Brothers, and Canada to bring you our best prices. And there's more, like special financing or a substantial cash discount, even free delivery. Now for a limited time only. 99 years, 4 generations, and the same family bringing you quality furniture at affordable prices. The 99th anniversary sale is happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
Right, there's your rain chances really in the morning hour. I think in the afternoon more spotty, so a lot of areas, especially after 2 or 3 in the afternoon, will probably remain dry. It will be cool though, so the temperature's only going to get probably into the 60s. That changes definitely for Sunday. Maybe some morning fog, otherwise 70s, and even Monday now looks dry, and that's the positive. Unfortunately, we do have active weather coming back next week.
So enjoy today and enjoy Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll see you at 10.